Hey guys, this is Breaksoul. In this video we're gonna see the changes that happened to my desktop since the last video, what parts I changed, and we're gonna look around it and also see a night mode. Alright, so let's get rolling. For a while I wanted to change the power supply because I have a quad core processor, overclocked, also a very decent video card, GTX 970. I talked about it last video. And when you overclock these things, or one of them, you might want to have a decent power supply to go along with that. And I had a 500 watt power supply, not expensive, nothing fancy, and it worked fine. Actually, 500 watt supply was just doing great, apparently. But I always wanted a better one, so got this EVGA 850 Supernova T2. It's a titanium efficiency. It's like one of the most efficient power supplies out there at this point, and that's plenty of power. You can even stick a second video card, not that I would, but it's pretty expandable in terms of adding new hardware or water cool or anything else. So got that in. That was a big job. A lot of wires had to be changed, of course, but while doing that, decided to do some rearranging. If you remember, I had these two cages installed here. Decided to take them out, never liked them much. And put the hard drives this way, on this rail. Screwed them in, had to do some thinking here. But it worked out great. See the solid state. Of course it's a wiring mess here, but it works out. Nobody sees that, and this is what everyone sees, of course. So that looks better than the last time. I also had an issue with CPU overheating. Well, it was running hot for some reason, so I took the heatsink off, and this is what I saw. Processor was getting a bit warm, and guess what? Not enough paste. So after reapplying the paste, the processor is not as hot anymore. It went out maybe like 10 degrees, so that's great. Maybe 8, but it's much cooler than it was before. In the 50s now when I'm playing a game. So that's good to know. And these are some of the positive things that happen when you do some changes in your desktop. Another big change that I did is that because the power supply was a bit longer than the previous one, the 3 fans here did not fit anymore. So I had to either get rid of one, leave only 2 here, or I decided to just get rid of all 3 of them. I also got rid of these 2 fans, the big ones here, and there's no more fans intaking the air right now. Now many of you might say, oh my god, you need some air going in, forced in by the fans, but everything's working out just great. I have these 2 fans exhausting the air, and it's plenty. It's working just great. This big area, this is where the air can come in. This area is where the air is coming in, and I also freed up this area and put a sort of a filter mesh foam kind of thing, and also the air goes through them and all the dust is trapped, and that is a lot of area where the air can enter the case and being sucked through the top. It's working just fine. All the heat that goes from the video card and the CPU just exits right here. These fans just suck it all out, and it works great. Also, while I was arranging things, I noticed there was a little metal piece here, so had to go. So after that was done, I also decided to take out the fan controller pan that I had here. I had 4 LEDs and 4 control knobs, and I'll show you. That's what it was. But there was no need really. There's only 2 fans on the top, here and here, and I just connected to the motherboard. The motherboard has a sort of a fan controller. You can use that. You can control the speed so it's not noisy, and it's just enough that it's exhausting air just fine. And when the air is exhausted, it comes out of here, and it's just enough space here. Also, you can see not a good job here, but it's not like it's visible. There was more plastic here. I just cut it all out to make the opening bigger so that the air can exit more freely through here. So the case got a little bit less noisy since there is no more fans on the bottom and on the side here, and everything works just fine. It's not getting hot. Temperatures seem to. And this is the night mode. You can see the video card is glowing red. And when we exit the game, it's gonna glow green. You can also turn off the light, some of the lights, as you can see. The components are as in the previous video. The processor is i5 2500K Sandy Bridge, overclocked to 4.5 GHz. Video card is Zotac GTX 970. Power supply, we talked about it. 240 GB solid state Intel SSD, and the regular 1 TB hard drive. Alright guys, if you have any ideas what could be improved, water cooling, not sure about that yet, but anything like that, comments, throw it in. That will be very interesting to hear. Thank you for watching. Take care.